Have you ever wondered how Venice, a city built on water, manages to stay afloat? This beautiful city, often referred to as the floating city, was not built on conventional foundations but rather atop thousands of wooden pilings. Venice is a marvel, a city like no other, constructed on a lagoon, with canals for streets and boats for cars. Its unique construction method dates back to the 5th century, when inhabitants from mainland Italy fled to the marshy islands of the Venetian lagoon to escape invasions. Here, they drove wooden pilings into the marshy ground to create a stable foundation. Over time, these pilings petrified due to the lack of oxygen, becoming a solid base for the magnificent buildings that emerged above the water's surface. The city is a labyrinth of canals and bridges, with the Grand Canal serving as the main artery, snaking through the heart of Venice. It's a bustling waterway, always alive with vaporettos, water taxis, and gondolas ferrying people across the city. The Grand Canal is the lifeblood of Venice, a mirror reflecting the vibrancy and grandeur of the city. Venice is an enchanting maze of narrow streets, alleys, and picturesque squares connected by over 400 bridges. Each bridge tells a story, each corner hides a secret. Every stone, every ripple in the water narrates the tale of a city that has defied the odds and managed to flourish in an inhospitable environment. Venice is not just a city, it's a living, breathing testament to human ingenuity and resilience. It's a testament to the idea that, with determination and creativity, we can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. And so, as we delve deeper into the heart of this magical city, we are reminded of the human spirit's ability to adapt, innovate, and create beauty in the most unexpected places. Venice, the city that defies the laws of nature, stands tall and beautiful, an architectural marvel. Venice, a city like no other, but how did it come to be? As we delve into the annals of history, we see that Venice's birth is entwined with tales of survival and ingenuity. The 5th century brought wave after wave of barbarian invasions to the Italian peninsula. To escape the turmoil, people sought refuge in the marshy lagoon islands off the coast. Here, on these seemingly inhospitable islets, the first seeds of Venice were sown. The settlers drove wooden piles into the marshy ground to create a firm foundation for their homes, a testament to their resilience and resourcefulness. Over the centuries, these scattered dwellings gradually coalesced into a unified community, their inhabitants bound together by shared adversity and a common purpose. By the 9th century, Venice had emerged as a city-state with its own elected leader, the Doge. The city's unique location lent itself to trade, and Venice blossomed into a maritime power. The Venetians, with their navigational prowess and entrepreneurial spirit, established trade routes that spanned the Mediterranean and beyond. The city became a melting pot of cultures, a hub of commerce, and a beacon of art and knowledge. Venice's rise from a marshy refuge to a maritime republic paints a vivid picture of human resilience and innovation. Its journey is a testament to the enduring spirit of its people, who transformed an inhospitable lagoon into a city of breathtaking beauty. From a humble refuge to a beacon of trade and art, Venice's origins are as unique as the city itself. What was Venice like at the height of its power? Imagine a city not just on the sea, but of the sea, weaving a nautical web of trade routes across the Mediterranean. This was Venice, a powerful maritime republic that charted its own course through the currents of history. During the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, Venice held sway over the seas, controlling vital trade routes between the East and the West. This was a time when the city was not just a hub of commerce, but a wellspring of wealth and power. Venetian ships, laden with spices, silks, and other precious commodities from distant lands, filled the city's coffers and fueled its prosperity. At the heart of this maritime empire stood the Doge's Palace, a grand edifice that was more than just a building. It was the seat of power, the symbol of Venice's might and majesty. Here, the Doge, the elected leader of Venice, held court, issuing decrees and steering the city's destiny. The palace's Byzantine and Gothic architecture, its ornate facades and grand halls, were a testament to the city's affluence and influence. But the Venetian Republic was not just about wealth and power. It was also a beacon of culture and learning, a place where art and science flourished side by side. Venetian painters, sculptors, and architects left their indelible mark on the world, while Venetian scholars and scientists pushed the boundaries of knowledge. Yet, like all great powers, Venice had its share of challenges and conflicts. It faced wars and plagues, political intrigues, and economic crises. But through it all, the city remained resilient, navigating the turbulent waters of history with a steadfast resolve. The Venetian Republic, a testament to the city's glorious past, still echoes in the grandeur of its architecture. Today, the Doge's Palace stands as a proud reminder of Venice's heyday, a time when this city of canals and lagoons was a titan of trade and a marvel of the Mediterranean. What's the story behind Venice's iconic canals and gondolas? One might ask. Venice, a city built on water, has a unique relationship with its canals and gondolas, a relationship that runs deep into the city's history and culture. The canals, you see, are more than just picturesque waterways. They are the veins of the city, carrying life in the form of people and goods from one part to another. Venice was built on an archipelago of 118 islands, and these islands are interconnected by a network of canals. Over the centuries, these canals have served as the city's primary transportation routes. Even today, the canals remain the most efficient way to traverse the city, offering a serene and scenic alternative to the hustle and bustle of land-based travel. And then there are the gondolas. These slender, graceful boats have become synonymous with Venice. But they are not mere tourist attractions. The gondolas are integral to the city's transportation system. These vessels, crafted with an intimate understanding of the city's waterways, are perfectly suited to navigate the narrow canals of Venice. The art of gondola making, or squero, is a craft steeped in tradition. Each gondola is uniquely handcrafted, a process that can take up to 8 months. The gondoliers, the skilled oarsmen who guide the gondolas, are also a crucial part of this story. Their profession is a revered one, passed down from generation to generation, with rigorous training and testing. Despite the influx of modern technology and faster modes of transport, the gondolas have retained their relevance. This is not just because of their utility, but also due to the strong emotional connection they represent. A gondola ride is not merely a commute. It's a journey into the heart and soul of Venice. The canals, the gondolas, the gondoliers, they are all intricately intertwined, forming the fabric of Venice. They are the city's lifelines, preserving its history, shaping its present, and carrying it into the future. The canals and gondolas, more than mere symbols, are the heartbeat of Venice. Why is St. Mark's Square considered the heart of Venice? St. Mark's Square, or Piazza San Marco as it's known in Italian, is more than just a square. It's the pulsing heart of Venice, a place where the city's rich history, vibrant culture, and stunning architecture all converge. This grand open space, surrounded by centuries-old buildings, is a testament to the city's past glory and its enduring appeal. Imagine walking across the square with the Basilica di San Marco on one side and the Doge's Palace on the other. The Basilica, with its stunning gold mosaics and ornate domes, is a masterpiece of Byzantine architecture. It's not just a place of worship, but also a symbol of the city's deep connection to the East. Adjacent to the Basilica stands the Campanile, the city's tallest building. Once a lighthouse for approaching ships, today it offers breathtaking views over the city and the lagoon. Its tolling bells have been marking the rhythm of Venetian life for centuries. On the other side of the square, the Doge's Palace stands as an enduring symbol of the city's political power. It was here that the Doge, the elected ruler of Venice, held court. Walking through its grand halls and vast council chambers, one can almost hear the whispers of the city's past leaders, plotting and planning the fate of the Venetian Republic. But St. Mark's Square isn't just about grand buildings and history. It's also a social hub, a place where locals and visitors alike gather to enjoy a cup of coffee, feed the pigeons, or simply savor the atmosphere. It's a place where children chase each other around the square, where lovers steal a kiss under the moonlight, and where artists find inspiration in every corner. In this square, the past and the present are not separate entities but are beautifully intertwined. The echoes of the past blend seamlessly with the buzz of the present, creating a unique ambience that is quintessentially Venetian. St. Mark's Square, a place where the past and present of Venice beautifully converge. What does Venice taste like? Imagine, if you will, the salt of the sea, the richness of local produce, and the sweet indulgence of traditional desserts. That, my friends, is the flavor of Venice. Venetian cuisine is a symphony of tastes and textures, deeply rooted in the city's maritime history. Seafood, unsurprisingly, is a staple. The lagoon provides an abundance of clams, cuttlefish, and shrimp, which are often served simply grilled or in traditional dishes like sard and sore, sweet and sour sardines, a testament to the Venetian love of balancing flavors. Risotto is another Venetian classic. The creamy, comforting dish is often flavored with fresh seafood and local spices. Perhaps the most famous is risotto al nero di seppia, a striking black dish colored with cuttlefish ink. It's a bold plate, not just in color, but in flavor, with the briny ink adding a unique depth. But it's not all seafood and rice. Venice has a sweet tooth too, and for that, there's tiramisu. Layers of coffee-soaked ladyfingers, creamy mascarpone, and a dusting of cocoa create a dessert that's both delicate and decadent. Though now enjoyed worldwide, tiramisu is said to have originated right here in Venice. And then we have cicchetti. Venice's answer to Spanish tapas, cicchetti are small bites, often enjoyed with a glass of wine at local bars. From creamy codfish spread on crusty bread to stuffed olives and bite-sized meatballs, these little morsels are a great way to sample a variety of Venetian flavors. Speaking of drinks, no discussion of Venetian cuisine would be complete without mentioning spritz, a refreshing mix of prosecco, a splash of a bitter liqueur like Aperol or Campari, and a dash of soda water. It's a popular aperitif, the perfect accompaniment to a plate of cicchetti, or simply to sip while watching the world go by on a Venetian canal. Venetian cuisine, a delightful journey for your palate, mirrors the city's rich heritage. From the fresh seafood of its lagoon to the indulgence of its desserts, Venice serves up a feast that's as captivating as the city itself. What makes the Venice Carnival a spectacle like no other? Immerse yourself in the grandeur of the Venice Carnival, a dazzling extravaganza that floods the city with a riot of color, mystery, and tradition. Born in the 11th century, this event was once a means for the Venetians to cast aside social norms and indulge in merrymaking, hidden behind the anonymity of their masks. The Venice Carnival is a timeless spectacle, a nod to the city's rich history and a vibrant display of its enduring spirit. Its roots are buried deep in the Middle Ages, when the city's inhabitants would celebrate the days leading up to Lent with feasting, dancing, and masquerades. The carnival was a period of reprieve, a time when the strict social hierarchies of the day could be momentarily forgotten. The heart of the carnival lies in its iconic masks and costumes. Each mask, painstakingly handcrafted, tells a unique story. The Bauda, with its stark white facade, was once a disguise for the city's nobility, while the elaborate and gilded Medico della Peste, with its long beak, harks back to the days of the plague doctors. The costumes, too, are a sight to behold, from the opulent dresses reflective of the Renaissance era to the more modern and whimsical creations. But it's not just about the masks and costumes. The Venice Carnival is a kaleidoscope of events. From the traditional Flight of the Angel, where a beauty queen descends from the bell tower of St. Mark's Basilica, to the countless parades, concerts, and parties that take place throughout the city, the Carnival is a celebration that truly encompasses the city's joie de vivre. Year after year, the Venice Carnival attracts visitors from all corners of the globe, drawn to the city by the promise of a spectacle like no other. The air is thick with anticipation and excitement, the city alive with the sound of laughter, music, and the clink of glasses. The Venice Carnival, a vibrant celebration of life, color, and history, embodies the city's spirit. How does Venice balance its rich history with the demands of the modern world? This city, an architectural marvel, a testament to human ingenuity and a living museum, grapples daily with the trials of the 21st century. As Venice greets the dawn of each new day, it faces the challenge of preserving its grandeur while catering to the needs of the contemporary era. Venice, known as the City of Canals, attracts millions of visitors every year. This influx of tourism, while beneficial economically, puts a strain on the city's infrastructure. The city has had to introduce measures to manage the flow of visitors, like implementing pre-booking systems for popular tourist spots, and even considering a tourist tax. The goal is to strike a balance between welcoming the world and safeguarding the city's delicate ecosystem. Preservation is another challenge Venice faces today. Salty air, frequent floods, and the passage of time take their toll on the city's historical buildings. The city, in response, has launched numerous restoration projects committed to preserving its architectural gems for future generations. One can't help but admire the care and dedication with which Venetians protect their city's heritage. The rising tides of climate change also pose a threat to Venice. The city has always battled with acqua alta, or high water, but with sea levels on the rise, the threat has become more pronounced. To combat this, Venice has embarked on an ambitious project, MOSE, designed to protect the city from flooding. It's a testament to the city's resilience and its determination to fight for its survival. Venice, in its efforts to balance the past and the present, serves as an inspiring example of adaptation. The city may face challenges, but it meets them head-on, preserving its heritage while evolving to meet the demands of the modern world. Venice, a city steeped in history, continues to adapt and thrive in the modern world. What does the future hold for the floating city? A question that stirs the hearts of many as we contemplate the fate of this iconic city. Venice, the city of canals, faces an unprecedented challenge: the rising sea levels and sinking foundations that threaten its very existence. Yet, this city and its people are no strangers to adversity. The resilience and adaptability of Venice are as clear as the waters of its canals. It's a city that has evolved and adapted, time and time again, always rising above the tides of change. Today, an array of strategies are being considered to preserve Venice, from constructing movable barriers to block high tides, known as the Mose Project, to the more ambitious plans of lifting the city entirely. The spirit of innovation thrives. Others propose a return to the old ways, advocating for a revival of the city's ancient relationship with water. This includes the restoration of the traditional Venetian lagoon ecosystem and the revival of old buildings with anti-flooding measures. While there's no one-size-fits-all solution, the essence of Venice's future lies in the balance of preserving the old and embracing the new. The city's survival will require the collective effort of engineers, architects, conservationists, and most importantly, the Venetians themselves. The future of Venice lies in the hands of innovation, resilience, and an undying love for this unique city. What makes Venice a city like no other? It's the delicate dance between water and stone that has been perfected over centuries. It's the intricate ballet of gondolas gliding gracefully along the canals, under bridges and past ancient palazzos. It's the labyrinth of narrow lanes and hidden courtyards that invite exploration and discovery. It's the grandeur of St. Mark's Square, the heart and soul of the city, always teeming with life, from the early morning bustle to the late-night serenades. Venice is the birthplace of a republic that was once a commanding maritime power, a city that rose from the marshes to become a beacon of trade, culture, and art. It's a city that has seen empires rise and fall, yet has stood the test of time with its indomitable spirit intact. The beauty of Venice is also in its traditions. The Venice Carnival, a spectacle of masks and costumes, a celebration of the city's rich history and the creativity of its people. The Venetian cuisine, a delightful blend of flavors from the sea and the lagoon, passed down through generations. The melodious sounds of the Italian language, the Venetian dialect, the laughter and animated discussions that fill the air in the local baccari. But Venice is not just a city that dwells in the past. It's a city that faces the future with a stubborn resilience. Despite the challenges of rising sea levels and over-tourism, Venetians continue to innovate and adapt, finding ways to preserve their beloved city for future generations. The beauty of Venice is not just in its magnificent architecture, its shimmering canals, its vibrant traditions. It's in the spirit of its people, in their love for their city, in their determination to keep Venice afloat in the face of adversity. Venice, a city of water and stone, of history and future, remains a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. Venice, a city that has captivated hearts and minds for centuries. We've journeyed through the labyrinthine alleyways, floated down the iconic Grand Canal, and basked in the grandeur of St. Mark's Square. Each location, a testament to Venice's rich tapestry of history and culture. The birth of Venice, its rise as a republic, the intricate network of canals and gondolas, the vibrant Venetian cuisine, the colorful carnival, and the city as it stands today. Each chapter of this city's tale is as mesmerizing as the last. We've glimpsed into the future of Venice, a city that continues to adapt and evolve while preserving its heritage. The beauty of Venice is not just in its stunning architecture or its shimmering canals, but in its spirit. A city that has stood the test of time, a city that has been a muse to poets, painters, and dreamers alike. In Venice, every corner tells a story, every canal sings a song, and every stone carries the weight of a fascinating history. Venice, the floating city, continues to enchant and inspire,